Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us over here in Buriram province. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at something I've been to before, but I wanted to come back over here and kind of check on how things are going. This is a multi-generational project over here in Buriram. It's a temple that is Khmer style. It's fantastic. It's actually larger than Angkor, which is kind of what it's roughly modeled after. So we're going to walk through here. We'll see kind of how things have changed over the year and a half or so since I've been here and kind of enjoy this temple. I'm kind of standing near where the middle of the temple will be. This part over here is actually completed, and then they're building more of the perimeter wall over here, and then you have the rough towers that are still being built over here in the front. And when I came last time, none of this was here. That's right at this part. They were just barely starting the center mound, which will be the center tower for Mount Meru. So let's look at it, and then we'll walk over, look at the front gates, and I'll see if I can break out the drone and fly it over here also. You can see they're putting these tiles down, some sandstone tiles, and they've poured all concrete here. And then they're building kind of a interesting little tower right there. You can see all the workers over here doing their thing. You can see they've crafted some of the Khmer style lions here. Pretty cool. And these worker guys, they'll come over here, they're the stonemasons. And then they're gonna do some more right up here. They got a fan set up so the guy will do some carving and everything in there. And you can see they're pouring a lot of concrete over here also. And they got cranes and everything else all around here. Some huge pieces of stones. So they'll lift these up and they'll put them into place here. And you can see the carvings here for like the faux windows. Yeah, this is really cool. And they'll carve the lintels and everything up above the doors. Now in the old days, the Khmer chiseled these by hand. I don't know if they have kind of a lathe to turn those or how they do that now. They have machines. I've seen them using like power tools and stuff like that to chisel these. Also still the old hammer and chisel, kind of the same way they did back in the day. You can see the size of these blocks though that they've notched and set them in here. I mean, they've cut them in there to fit perfectly in place. Then they have a little image. You can see they've used something that's got kind of left some black up there. And they got all their scaffolding and everything built here. So this is like the cloister, like the walkway. Let's look on the inside here. We got a little guard shack or something. Oh, here's some of the tools they use. And you can see saw blades and stuff like that to cut everything. And then they got all this formed up. So they're going to build a retaining wall, and then they'll backfill all that dirt in, and then they'll build the center towers. Yeah, this is all brand new here since I was here last. They're really coming along with it. You can see all the amount of debris here. And you can see all through there, all of those windows with those little stone columns. Oh, that's really cool. So it looks like what they're doing is they're using that sandstone as filler material to take up space when they pour the concrete around it. And those guys are building the forms and all the rebar. So they already poured the footer here, and then they're going to build a little retaining wall. You can see the crane over here. So that's what they use to move these big stones. And you can see all the scaffolding here where these guys are using it to get up to the top and to brace these walls and stuff like that. And they'll come in and detail all of this and they'll carve it. But these are really, really spectacular here. A nice job with those. And this just goes all the way around, and it's going to eventually go all the way around the center part. Yeah, just to give you an idea, this is the size of the blocks right here that they're using these cranes to move over into place. So they've drilled holes. You can see they put the rebar in there, and then they're using that crane to move it. Now in the old days, they used wood and everything else, and they used elephants to move these blocks around back when they were building Angkor itself. So a little bit more mechanical advantage here, being able to use cranes and stuff like that. And then they've brought in some laterite stone right there. So they have the base that's going to be like a temple building. And then this part over here is actually done. We'll go look at the finished stone carvings, and then we'll look a bit more at the wall and stuff like that. So this is the part that's completed. This and that part over there is mostly done. There's a little garden and stuff. So it's quite nice to have a little fountain and stuff like that that's turned off, and then a little moat. And you see they have the laterite stone. And you got to take your shoes off to come over here. So you walk around on the hot ground, which is all right, not too bad. You can see the little Khmer lions and the Naga. Yeah, these are really, really nice. You can see kind of what they did is they made like the little Naga bridge that would have been similar to the styling of the Khmer. And then they have a little hole here. You can put coins or something down there. And then this is the center part here. Yeah, the styling is similar, but it's not exact of the way they've done it. They say there's also a little bit of influence from Phimai. I was reading about the head monk here at this temple, about his inspiration for this. And he was talking about how he was reincarnated at one time. He was a soldier, and he was actually said he was working in a prior life building Angkor, is what I was reading about. And so he wanted to continue his building project. Oh, this is really cool though. You have the elephants here and the little chetties. And they've came in, and you see the finish detail work. So a stone guy carved all of these. So they set these blocks in rough, and then they come back over and finish them off. And that's what they'll do to this part over here also. They've came over and they've kind of blocked this off so you can't use the stairs to go up. Now you see the carvings here. You have the prayer wheel, you have the Naga, you have the Buddha that's seated. Looks like they still need a little bit of detail work right there to finish some of the floral patterns. And then you see the lintel above the door. That's actually Buddha imagery. You see the angels over there. Angkor, when it was built, was a Hindu temple, but Phimai has Hindu elements, but I believe it was built as a Buddhist sanctuary. I really like this. I really like that lintel right there. That's kind of the story. And then the pediment right here has the seated Buddha. Oh, that's really beautiful. Okay, let's go over here and let's look at the three towers. That's the entrance. Yeah, last time I came, they were actually doing dirt work right here. They were backfilling this in, and so they've built the rails and this center part that we were just up at the start of the video. And they're just busy. There's guys everywhere doing stuff over here. That's all the forms for concrete there to extend this little cloister. And then you can see here. So this is what I was talking about. These are all kind of roughed in. You can see the lotus flower up there at the top, that they've already carved that. And then they'll do all the detail. This will be a lintel here, and the pediment. They'll have the Naga. Everything will be incorporated into this. And this is cool here, because this is all carved out of that sandstone. And that's the way it looked in the old temples too. If you go to Angkor, Bayon, any of those temples, it has that styling along the bottom. Oh, and you can see here, so he's starting to carve the lintel right there above the door. He's got his toolkit and stuff. Oh, that'll be nice when he's done. And this is inside. Oh, this feels good in here. It's kind of warm out there, but it feels nice in here. They're over here doing some carving. Has some music playing. Same over here. She's doing something. It looks like what they're doing is they're kind of doing a little bit of the detail work on the columns here. And they've kind of broke that one. Don't know how they're going to repair that. That stone is set in place. So check this out. So here's the little floral pattern. So he told me he's been working here for 10 years. And he's doing that. So he does like the little pattern. You see how he draws it there? And then those are little tools he has. Oh, that's amazing. Very, very good. So he'll sit here all day. He has the other tools here, so. Oh, and then he uses that to blow the dust out. Uh-huh. Broken. Uh-huh. So he broke a little piece right there, so he's going to have to do something to... Oh, he's going to change up his pattern. I see. So I guess if you break an egg, you're making an omelet. Yeah, so on the fly, he just changes it up so you won't ever be able to tell. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So that's the little detail work that you see. Let's look at this, and we'll look at the front. And you'll see the size of this. I mean, that's the hardest thing to comprehend on video, is the absolute scale of this place. It is just massive. It's actually bigger than Angkor Wat on the outside. And then they'll have it surrounded by a moat, and the moat isn't all the way built yet. But you could come here and just wander around. It is a work site, so you do have to be mindful of that. But you can just walk up and see kind of how they're doing things, which I really enjoy stuff like this. So when you come in from the south, they have this seated Buddha here. So you could come here and leave the flowers, and then there's another Buddha image over there. And then they have more of the worker guys over here doing some stuff. Looks like they might be taking a break, but they're going to be doing all of this carving. So what that guy we just was looking at, there's another guy doing it right here, and then doing it right here also. And they're still working on all of these columns. So this will be really something to see when it's done. I really like to see craftsmanship, people with skill that can do stuff like this. I don't have any, so I can appreciate somebody else that has it. Okay, so I can see they're doing the pediment and the lintels right there, and they'll carve all of that. So they'll build their scaffolding just like this, and they'll get up there and they'll do all the detail work of these towers. And they'll do the same over here. All right, let's look over here. This is the moat. We have one of the little farm tractors coming along here. They use those out in the rice paddies. So this is the Naga bridge that comes over the moat when you come in. Yeah, so you can drive over this. And this is all those stones that they've hauled in. And they're carving the Naga. This is the Naga tail. And then it looks like the workers are doing something over here. Let's take a look at how they're doing on this Naga. All right, so this is the Naga that they're making. So these two ladies are right here, are carving away. So this is the prayer wheel, or the wheel of law, right here. And then you can see the Naga head, and they'll do all the little patterns and stuff like that right there. And there's two of them here just going at it. Oh, this is fantastic. And then they have some other little plates there that they'll carve. And they'll do all the detail work and stuff all along the bottom there. Yeah, so that's a big sight. You just hear them out here with their little chisels. Tink, 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 tink. Oh, that's really cool. All right, let's look at this one here. This is one that's actually finished, it looks like. And this is what it looks like. You can see they use two different stones there. This is, I guess, one piece of, nope, there's another piece up there. I can see a seam. And they have all the Nagas. So they've done all that little detail work, all those floral patterns and everything else. And that one that they're chiseling on will look just like this in a little bit. Yeah, how cool is that? Yeah, really nice. And that one there looks like it's about 85% complete or so. Another worker coming up. Okay, let's look at the front one more time, and I'll try to break out the drone and fly it around here a little bit. Yeah, really quite cool here. The monk is going to go up there, so he's going to do some carving. I see. All right, so that's what she's about. She was moving cords and stuff around, but she's doing the little carvings right there on the outside of these columns. Just unbelievable. I like this. Lots and lots to do. Holy cow, what a big job. They think this will take 200 years to complete. And when you come here and you see the scale of this place, you can believe it. And all of this will look just like this one of these days. You see they have the forms built here, and then they'll come right across here. And this is the garden area. They've added this since I was here last, and they got like a stone sculpture place over there. Let's look at this really quick, and then that'll be it that we do here for the video. Check out this reclining Buddha. And then they carved the other figures across the base. Looks like they're holding the Buddha up. Guy out here running the weed eater, tidying up the grass. And they have just columns and towers and stuff all out here. Kind of cool elephants. Yeah, this is beautiful here. This will be really nice when they get it done. You have the lotus flowers. You have a little sala here. And then they have kind of a hall. So take off your shoes and go in here. We'll look at this and see what it's about. So they have the figures here. They've carved all of this. And I'm not sure if they're gonna carve an image into that or if it's just kind of a natural looking Buddha. More of the carvings. And then they've come in and they've painted this up here with like the scenes of the Jataka. And then they put marble flooring. And then there's a hole right underneath that. So it doesn't look like they're all the way done in here. They must be gonna put those Sema stones and stuff. So this might be kind of the ordination hall whenever they get done with it. And they've carved all the floral patterns here. Oh, this is really cool. And just a massive, massive place. Yeah, when I was here last time, they were actually just sitting the stones right here. They had the cranes and everything over here. And then they have all of those towers back there. They'll have a Buddha image in each one of them. So the Thais can go back in here and pray and do all of their stuff. They brought those big stones in and built little chetties on top of them. Oh, it's really beautiful. Little lotus flowers and the ponds all through here. You can see over here, this is where most of the Thais are. So you take off your shoes and then you could go and pray right there. And then you can go back here to more of these. Yeah, this was mostly all finished up last time I came. You see that's like the little gallery or the cloister around. It has the little libraries. So they're gonna carve more of those too. So they got a roughed in, and you can see how they've carved the pediment and stuff there on the front. Okay, let's look in this one right here, and that'll be the last thing we look at this temple. See, they've carved that, kind of that hermit guy, it looks like there. And a little bit more of the stonework. Oh, that's quite cool. And they have more to do here. They'll detail this all off. And then people can come here and leave the donations. So they have the Buddha there with the peacock feathers. And they have the prayer. And then she's over here rattling the sticks, getting her fortune. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. There's just all kinds of little details and stuff out here that they've added. They put cactus and stuff down here. They've carved these stones like this. Oh, it's really nice. Well, that'll finish up our video over here at this Wat Phu Man Fa. This is an unbelievable temple. It's gigantic. Like I said at the start, this is Khmer styling. There's elements from Angkor, from Phimai, and some of the other various temples that you see. But they've also done it with a modern twist. Like all this garden and everything back here, this is all new. And the styling is not exact the same, so it's not a direct copy, but it is kind of a nice homage, I guess, to Angkor and the builders of that. I really like seeing this. I just like to see huge projects. It's nice to see people building stuff like this. I mean, the scale and the vision that it takes to build stuff like this is always cool to me. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button. If you're new to the video and new to the channel, subscribe and you get to see more stuff like this that I do. And leave me a comment, tell me what you think. And what I'll do is I'll pin a comment to the last one whenever I came over here before, so you can kind of see the differences between what it looked like then and what it looks like now. So until next time, from over here in Buriram, remember, life is a journey. So until next time, enjoy.